Coach, now that you've had a couple days to kind of think about that UNLV game, what are some of the positives and negatives that you saw on film?
The negatives were we didn't make plays when we needed to early. We had opportunities to make some big touchdown plays to get everybody going, get everybody excited and fired up. And then if we don't make it, it can't be like there's just air let out of the balloon. I felt like everybody saw we had a couple big plays to make early, and when we didn't make it, our guys were a little bit more like all let down. They can't be like that. You just got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting one play. Then the most important play is the next play. And I just keep fighting all game long, and then I give myself a chance to win. And I just felt a little bit like the air was let out a little bit too much. Sunday night I showed the whole team 8 plays, actually 10, 2 on special teams, 4 on offense, 4 on defense. And, you never know which one of those plays, when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. When it's there to make it, you got to make it, and those plays could have totally been the difference of the game. And then I was disappointed in our toughness. I just didn't feel like, I think that's something we've always taken great pride in. Even some games when we've lost, even some we lost by quite a bit in the early days, but we were tough and we kept playing tough and just didn't feel like we were tough enough in that game. So that was disappointing. Now we got to move on. We got to get better. Like I told all the players, when that happens, it starts with me. The blame's on me, and that's I got to do a better job. Got to get everybody coached better. Everyone's got to just prepare better, and we got to get better.
The toughness thing kind of begs the question: do you have a handle on what happened there? Why that occurred?
I don't have an exact handle on that because it shocked me. I did not think that was going to happen. As you were putting some of those plays up on the board, some of the guys that showed up in the plays haven't played that much football. So you feel like we have a lot of guys back, but we got a lot of new guys playing that haven't played much football. And maybe some of them haven't been in a tough physical confrontation game yet. And they better get used to it because that's what we're going to get, And then they also got to understand, I think some of them, if a team's going to line up and try to run the ball on us as much as they did and probably as much as we're going to get again this weekend, the score might be lower, especially at halftime. We come in at halftime, it's 10-3, and everybody's acting like we're down by way more than that. And I explained to them that. I said, the scores might be lower now. People are going to just run the ball on us all the time. It limits your possessions. We only had 8 plays in the whole first quarter. So the score might be lower. Don't worry about it. The most important thing is we just got to have one more point than they do. So, that's just something we got to keep working on and keep continuing to grow. And some of those younger guys that haven't played just got to learn how to fight, and then some more older guys too. So it wasn't just the younger guys. So we all just need to, sometimes in life you get knocked on your butt, and it's when you find out about your character, how you step up and how you work the next week and how you compete and how you work to get better.
Speaking on that run game, obviously they have 3 backs that they can really rely on.
Yeah.
What's going to be the key to kind of seeing improvements this week so that you can kind of stop that early?
Pretty easy. Got to tackle better, and we got to be in our gaps. Those are the two that it wasn't rocket scientists. It was just tackling and everybody being in their gap. We had a couple big assignment errors when guys weren't in their gaps. They gave up long touchdowns, and then we had way too many missed tackles. So we gotta both of those two things we gotta do a better job of.
Their quarterback has been limited to 146 total yards through the air in the first 2 contests. Is that more of a reflection of Michigan State and USC as opponents, or is it maybe you can see something you could take advantage of?
I think it has a lot to do with who they've played, and then they've played those 2 teams and around the ball well. So that's a little, and it's what they do well. I think it might be as much about just that they run the ball so well that's what they're going to do. And they're definitely going to line up, try to do that to us after the last game, that's for sure.
Did we see the unveiling of Joe Wysocki last game? Are you going to be using him more?
Yeah, that was good. It was good for him to make a big play. I think it would help the quarterback a lot and help the offensive a lot if he could start making some more plays for us. And it was a good play by him. He needs to score, though. He needs to get in the end zone. I think that would definitely help. And that's kind of as the season goes on, guys got to step up, and different people got to maybe come out of not necessarily guys you thought were going to make plays, and they got to start making plays. And really comes down to people call it yak or call it bull yards or whatever you want to call it, but we keep a chart every week how many yards we get after the catch for the receivers and how many yards our running backs get after contact. And usually the team that wins that wins the game, and we definitely lost that big time last game. They got a lot more yards after contact than we did, and that's something we got to improve on and start doing a better job of.
I know we talked a little bit about it Saturday night, but now that the brunt of the hurricane has passed, have your players been able to get in contact with their families?
They have. It's been, and very fortunate that all their families are safe and doing well, and so that's something that's nice for them not to. There's still worries, there's still some of them, things are in worse shape than others, but at least they all are safe, and that's a good thing.
And then I don't know if you got to watch the Monday Night Football contest between the Chargers and the Broncos, but Corey Toomer, a former Vandal, made a big impact. I think he had 6 tackles and a forced fumble. I think he graduated a year before you came to the program. But what does it mean to kind of see some former Vandals, make their presence known on a national stage?
Oh, that's great. I don't get to watch Monday Night Football. I'm game planning and working, but I didn't know he did that, but that's great. Good for him. I think anytime we can have Vandals out there that are playing good, helps you in recruiting, helps in everything. So good for him. That's awesome. Congratulate him. That's a good job.
I understand that Western has got some freakishly talented cornerback and return guy whose name I can't remember at the moment.
Phillips.
Phillips, yeah. That's the guy. So you're aware of him?
Yeah, number 4. Yeah, we don't want to kick him the ball. That's for sure, and you'd better not throw him the ball either. Because if he picks it off, he's probably going to take it for a touchdown. Because he had an amazing interception for a touchdown against Georgia Southern last year, and they were very talented on offense, and he made them all look like they were walking in sand. I mean, and then when you return a kickoff against USC and Michigan State, that's, he scored all 14 points last week. Just took the ball out of the guy's hands, running back's hands, ran it back for a touchdown, and then had the return. So, yeah, he's very talented, very talented.
Who's going to be the matchup on your side? Are your guys looking forward to this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think you get excited anytime the better players you can go against, the more you're excited to go against him. So he'll go against all our receivers because we move them all over. So he predominantly plays to our right, so he's the corner out to our right, outside. So he'll go against all of them.
So they don't flop him.
No, some people play field and boundary or a matchup, but he just plays to the right.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.